Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good evening, Eastern Iowa. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy. It was a hot and humid day to wrap up the weekend, especially those at Iowa Irish Fest. And for any of you outside, we saw peak heat indices eclipse 100 degrees in some spots, including Waterloo hit 103 at the airport. So yeah, one of the warmer, I should say hotter Irish Fests on record. And for tonight, a little bit of that heat and humidity might contribute to some storm development, but there's a lot of warm air aloft. You get that capping in place, which basically you get warm air to rise, but you have that pot lid on top of the boiling pot of water, and it's just too snug on there for storms to develop. But if we do see that cap erode just a little bit, we could see some stronger storms, mainly north of Highway 30. I think generally speaking, the farther north you go, the better chance you have of seeing those storms. If we do see anything, it'd be after 10 o'clock, maybe some small hail and gusty winds. Not expecting any tornadic activity out of this. And of course, with any stronger storms, could see some heavy rain. Let's step through future track together. Here you see, here's 10 o'clock. Here are some isolated showers and storms. Not seeing much. Again, that cap in place is going to be fairly strong, but we'll watch to see if it does erode. Into tomorrow morning and mainly north of Highway 20, we'll see that isolated storm chance. Much of the day, though, is dry and partly cloudy before maybe another chance of redevelopment Monday evening. For tonight, low temperatures, they're going to be warm. That AC unit has been doing a number probably in your home or apartment. It's been in overdrive, and we're going to have one more night of very warm conditions. Low 70s across the boards, and not much of relief with the wind, with a calm wind and isolated storms, maybe some stronger ones if they are able to fire off. For the day tomorrow, Decorah, the far northern counties and areas, a little bit better because a lot of that cloud cover I think is going to really trap in any heat coming in from the sun. But for the rest of us, mid to upper 80s north and east, low to mid 90s potentially, especially for areas along and south of Highway 30. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. Easterly wind at 5 to 15. Isolated storms during the day, but a better chance will arrive Monday evening. Now, peak heat indices for today, we're in triple digits or some regions, potentially getting as high as 105 in some isolated spots. And for tonight, as I mentioned, it's going to be warm, not only with the low temperatures, but with those dew points staying in the upper 60s and low 70s. It's still going to feel like the mid 80s in some spots as you go to bed tonight. You wake up tomorrow morning, still feels like the low to mid 70s, like those low temperatures were indicating. And it's going to be just as bad tomorrow afternoon. Some areas already hitting the low to mid 90s by noon, and then by the mid-peak afternoon hours, many spots could get close or eclipse 100 degrees. It just depends on how much cloud cover there is in the region. Now, with that humidity, with that heat, we'll have a little bit of a better chance tomorrow evening as a cold front right now, kind of a stationary front, is basically right now along the Iowa-Minnesota border. That's why a lot of the storms you saw in future track were to the north, but I think it'll start to sag a little bit farther south during the day tomorrow, and depending on where that front sets up, that will be the best chance of severe weather along and north of it. Right now, it looks like the front will, generally speaking, set up along and north of Highway 20, or I should say the best chance of storms will be along and north of Highway 20, where that level 2 risk is. If we are able to see storms fire off, if that cap is able to break, it could be strong to severe. Could see some large hail with initial storms, and then as they organize, could see some damaging wind gusts. And with those initial storms, maybe could see a few tornadoes. The timing of this would be roughly 5 p.m. through midnight, then that would trail off to the east through the overnight hours. So let's pick things back up. Here's 5 o'clock. Notice a little bit of activity starting to kind of bubble a little bit. And I think, again, if things are able to develop, we could see those strong to severe storms. Notice a lot of heavy rain, especially with these as well. After the midnight hour, those clear out. Maybe some trailing showers and isolated storms. But otherwise, we'll have a quiet night. Clouds will start to fill in from the north and will be mostly cloudy during the day Tuesday. But it is going to be a noticeable difference as you walk out the door Monday compared to when you walk out the door Tuesday. Dew points tomorrow will be in the low to mid 70s. Tuesday, look at this. The dew points are going to drop off nearly 15 degrees, and we'll stay in the low 60s and even upper 50s at times. So that feels like heat index for tomorrow. Some areas might hit 100. For Tuesday, we'll only get as high as the high temperature is, so the low to mid 70s. So it can feel anywhere from 25 to 30 degrees cooler between Monday and Tuesday. It is going to be a world's difference out there as we head into Tuesday. So your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. So these are daytime storm probabilities, so 10% for our southern areas, 20% for our central areas, and I'd say 30% for our northern areas. Overnight, Monday night into early Tuesday would probably be about 40 to 50, especially for those northern areas. Southern areas, probably going to stay on the dry side. Probably won't see much of any rain at all as we head through Monday night into Tuesday. After Tuesday, it is going to feel pretty nice out there. Temperatures remaining in the mid to upper 70s for all of next week, or all of this week, excuse me. Maybe an isolated storm chance, especially for our western areas Wednesday night into Thursday. Otherwise, we're dry, have a little bit of sunshine, and then maybe some on and off storm chances into next week. But early to mid-August looking pretty nice, especially for the Iowa State Fair coming up.